I think we can all agree that lawyers are terrible. So much so that they seriously need to be vented.
It depends on what kind of lawyer, though.
I think a certain green one is in need of a certain purple snake in the grass.
You know, it sucks that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does happen, but not to who we want it to happen.
Yeah.
If there was ever someone that Oja needed to like get his slithery coils on,
Mm-hmm.
it would have to be this guy.
Yeah.
But pardon me. Sadly, though, we don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, it's someone else that gets that treatment, which I'm like, okay, you know what? That
someone left deserving.
I don't know. I can't really put too much on. I only know so much about Suichichi than I do Goro as of right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Goro just seems to be the guy that just goes with the flow and does whatever his employer tells him to do. He's a loyal goon.
Yeah. But I still like Goro. You know, like
that's what I mean. It's like when people talk about whenever people summon Brigadier of Landstar, they always call him Goro. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know. After all, you know, the good thing about the Brigadier of Landstar
Now I equip my Brigadier of Landstar with Landstar Shot. Not only does it give my monster a boost of 600 attack points, it also makes for a sick reference to Kamen Rider Zolda. God, I wish Joey would stop talking about Kamen Rider.
Yeah. Well, Tristan, you know, tell that to the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! May he rest in peace.
Who died being a real writer. You know, something that Taiga wishes he was.
The thing is that a lot of people don't really know exactly what happened, but the fact of the matter is that he saved a group of people, not divers as the report came out, but just regular people that got caught in a rift current. Yeah. He saved them, and at the time there was the Japanese Marines or the Coast Guard there, and by saving those two people, he sacrificed his own life.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much was the hero that he tried to embody, especially like, oh, why are we doing Kamen Rider and Yu-Gi-Oh now? Believe you me, I kind of asked that same question when they came out. I was like, wait, that looks suspiciously like. And it's like, it must be some collaboration. No. The masked heroes are just his interpretation of some of his favorite Toko genres. Hell, you can even freaking like go off and oh, that's so unoriginal. What do you think Elemental Hero Neos is?
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously.
He's basically Kamen Rider Kuga.
What is Neos? What is Jaden's like signature card in that series? What is Neos?
Yeah. He's Ultraman.
It's Ultraman. So it's like, oh, but that's cool. But look, they got Kamen Rider, and it's so stupid. Shut your hole, fool. If you can accept that Ultraman is in Yu-Gi-Oh, then you can sure as hell accept that the Kamen Riders are there. I'm waiting for them to actually like make a Sentai-based team. I mean, we do technically have it with the XYZ combination. And also technically with the roids.
Uh-huh.
But again, I'm waiting for an actual Sentai team. If we got Magical Girls and not to mention Vocaloid in this and Dragon Maids.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the Sentais at? I want to see like a Jacka or a Gold Ranger based team.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how that all goes down.
Yeah, I remember like there was like a Yu-Gi-Oh card that I really liked because like it looked like a superhero on a motorcycle, and guess what? Like guess what? It's low key based on.
Which genre are we talking about? First gen, second gen?
First 2 gens. Guess what? It's Chaos Rider Gustav, which is high key based on.
Yeah.
Which is high key based on Kamen Rider.
Yeah. There was, I mean, even the card Kaiba Man was based off of.
Yeah, I would say he's more based on Batman, but
well, Kaiba Man, obviously, with how he was and how he looked, I was like, no, that I know that's not supposed to be Ichigo. It seems more of a reference to Masked Rider, because obviously, like the half helmet that he had, but it was just Seto Kaiba in a card.
Yeah, but Junk Warrior was definitely a Kamen Rider reference.
Oh yeah, Junk Warrior was totally, absolutely. Just by looking at him, I'm like, that is so a Toko hero. That is exactly who that is. I don't care what you tell me. That is so a Toko hero.
Yeah, like Ike, like Junk Warrior was my favorite synchro monster, even though like I was not that big on synchros. Like I would say like I tried. Like I'm not lying. I tried doing synchros, and almost anytime when I would find the correct tuner for a specific synchro, the field was just not good for that summon. But guess which one I end up using the most, if anything? Junk Warrior. Somehow Junk Warrior was more reliable to me than freaking Stardust Dragon.
I didn't go with any of them, like any of the main 5. If anything, I did structure and build a Rose deck that was not Arissa's deck. I like, because she obviously uses like the Black Rose. I didn't do that. I made my own Rose deck.
Yeah,
my own plant and flower deck, and base it around the Black Rose.
You mean like a Rose Chevalier?
It used more along the lines of the beast, like what would it call Nutria? Some of the Nutria cards, some old cards like the Botanical Lion and whatnot. I did have some glow up bulbs and loam fire bulbs, obviously, but I did have a few fairy cards in there that like protected my plants and whatnot.
See, me, I'm like super old school where like I just kept the same deck since 2002 and just kept modifying it over time.
I did that with a friend of mine, and we tried, but it was like when they started to change the format they did, it was so hard to keep the original old deck. It's kind of like when people talk about Magic. It's like you can't just keep playing Magic cards, like the same ones. It's like you have to go buy the new ones because now they're fitting more into the format than they would normally. I
don't know. I still did pretty well with my original deck. Again, I modified it over time. I started like taking out cards that were no longer viable and putting in cards that were viable. The point is, I didn't like you make a deck based on a specific character or specific archetype, and I didn't just like buy a new structured deck, unedit it, kept using it until the next new structured deck came out, and then switched to that without hesitation.
The thing was, I did have my synchro monsters. Obviously, I had a Black Rose, I had a Splendid Rose, and like a few others. But the main thing that kept my deck from was obviously the Lone and Glow Up bulbs, because quick plays were being a thing at the time. So at the time you were like, it wasn't just put down a card. No, you had to get them out there. That's what the synchros were for. But it's like, well, how the hell do I get the synchros out if I gotta well, that's why you got your glow up bulbs. But also you could use that and also tribute summon for what my ace monster was. 2 of them was the Splendid Titanial and the Giga Plant. Oh yeah, the synchros were there, obviously, but it's like, no, once you had Splendid Titanial or one of those cards on, you were just stacked. My deck was stack.
You know what were the two singularly best cards for me in Generation 3? One was Kinetic Knight, which is like 1500 if I recall. But then, like, if he were to fight against another warrior type monster, at least I remember it being warrior type monster, his attack points would increase by like 1,000 or 2,000 during battle phase.
My whole thing was, especially with the Titanial, was I had one. I forget what the name of the card was, but it's like, yeah, if you were to, like, obviously they were all like above 25,000 points, but I would put down one specific card for it to be like, oh, this is a level, this is like a 200. So like, why would you play that? And it's like everyone would go out, but the thing was, the card was, if you targeted it, I could choose which target you're gonna attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, yeah, I got two cards above 25,000, and you're attacking me with the 25,000 card. Not to mention, I do have a field card that increased the power of my plants.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like, no, but regardless, I'm like, if I had like another card on which I can't remember the name of it, but it's like, yeah, it's only targeting the 2,000 monster. Yeah. Like, no matter what you do, unless you go after that, you're gonna do that, and the attack is gonna deflect, and then I get to attack you, and it's like, my roses were unbeatable until they changed the meta.
So for me, the other card that I from Generation 3 that I found to be like incredibly useful was Card Trader, which is a continuous spell card, and basically during your standby phase every turn, you can actually discard one of the cards in your hand, shuffle your deck, and draw a new one. So imagine like having three of them on the field at the same time. It's like, sure, it cuts down to your useful spell and trap card zone down to 2 slots, but imagine like not having the cards you need. You have up to 3 chances to get the card you need.
Yeah, no, I've been, and I've had those decks before, but obviously I forget how, it's been so long. Mm-hmm. I've been out of the game, obviously, for so long that
I retired in 2011. So
I'm like, no, I do still collect them for the fun of it and whatnot, but I'm like, yeah, the meta has changed so much and so quickly that I'm like, well, whatever. I am simply a spectator now. And
So did you guys have us pegged for a plant and fiend focused duelist? Yeah, if not, then like what type of cards would you have otherwise thought would be our go-to monster types?
I was trying to build a zombie deck way back when in the day, but because they were so hard to get, especially at the time, the roses were just like a thing of fun, obviously. No one was playing. But then the meta changed with the dragons were really, really big in the like 2015 onwards.
Yeah, the thing is, when I started playing, like I wanted to do spellcasters because you know, like that was Yuki's thing. That was Yuki's thing, and I love the Dark Magician. But as your deck evolves over time, as it should, you know, you start to realize that your deck becomes increasingly fiend focused. And high key, you know, fiends are a lot more versatile than spellcasters. At least back in the day, they were.
Well, remember, spellcasters also built up counters. Remember, if you stacked counters on certain cards and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Those could have been used for summons or for like special effects, but just to get them to that point, like spellcasters you had to really know the meta, and there was a good meta until it all again gets fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
But just like with fizzling out cards, what are we here for today?
We're here to discuss this show.
Did you just get that in the mail?
A few days ago, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it turns out I pre-ordered it a while ago and completely forgot that I did.
Now, is this one an actual one, or is this the re-release,
Yes.
like the child's re-release?
No. This is the better re-release. Like this is the DX, but with the updated strap.
Ah, okay. So you got okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got the good DX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because people have asked, like, what is the level of belts and whatnot? I'm like, well, there are the ones that are released during the show's original air, and then there are those that get re-released later, which are CSMs, which are show.
Well, before that, there's the Super Bests.
And then there are like the DXs, which, like, a little bit more bigger, a little bit more durable. But recently they have come out with child
like Legend series,
like Legend series, but for children, like of past riders, like a child as of right now. If their parents are watching Kamen Rider and they watch Kiba or old,
so Legend series are the cheaper ones that you could get for like $20 or $30. They use almost the same straps as the DX, but what's different is that it's like sort of use like two straps and you attach them like from like behind the actual buckle and stuff, and it has like limited lights and sounds, but it doesn't have like the full functionality. Like the Fives one, you got the phone, it's like you can put the phone in, but it's not compatible with DX, and it doesn't have all the phone functions that the DX does.
Yeah,
I like high key, like I would recommend it for like Ichigo / Nigo because their belts are the same. Kuga and Agito, and that's it. Like just the classic Ishino style belts.
Anything beyond Thighs, I feel though I mean it's a simplified of the prop. I mean, but when you get into
then you get the DX, which is the official one.
If you're going for simple belts, it'll totally work for you.
Yeah,
but
the DX is the one that you want when the show airs, and for the most part, with the exception of the first 3 seasons up until recently, the DX have universal straps like these, where if you get the belt extenders, they work for all the belts, not just for. But the thing is, if you want to get it in a specific color so it blends, good luck. Because, obviously, I use black extenders, but, the black extenders are not going to blend in with these. You're going to want to get silver extenders for these, but good luck finding those. Because now I think black is the only one they have now. Yeah, and then there's the Super Best DX, which is still DX, but with added cards. By the way, this is the Super Best because the original, it probably would have only come with the add event and final vent and maybe one of the sword vents or something. And then you're gonna have to get the rest of the cards later on through some kind of expansion. But Super Best, they actually got you. They actually include more stuff in them. A better example for me to include would be the O's driver, because the original O's driver only came with Taka Torabata and Kamakiri, and then you'd have to get all of the other metal sets separately. But Super Best O's driver came with Taka Kujaku Kondoru, Kuogata Kamakiri, Bata, Ryan Tora Chira. So you get 9 coins instead of just 4 of them. And that means the other 9 coins, you could get them as sets of 3, which I did. So that is an even better version. Oh, another example is Deno. With the Deno, you only get the Momotaro's ticket. But in the Super Best, you get all 4 Taros plus a blank ticket. So then you have the CSM, which is the more show accurate version. It's more adult oriented, but that also means that if you're still on the bigger side, it might not fit you because it uses a very specific custom fastener that you won't find in any warehouse. I'm gonna have to 3D print it, and good luck with that because
Thing I say with CSM, who the hell is using it as a cosplay item or wearing it?
Yeah.
Like that's a display item. That's not something that you're like wearing out and about.
some people actually do use the CSMs because it's for show out.
That is a pricey ass prop. Like
Yeah, but keep in mind, people wear $5,000 cosplays, so
well, in total, I'm like, but then I'm like, okay, if one particular item costs more than everything combined, I'm like, no. No, that's for display. Go spend like $100 on finding a DX. Don't spend like a $700 to $800 prop, and it's like you lost some of the gimmicks, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good luck trying to get those back because you're not getting those back. Definitely not.
No.
Can you imagine if I break out the O's CSM and it's like I lose the freaking Onk medals? You got good luck.
Yeah.
I'm not getting those back.
I mean, you can always get someone to get those on Etsy, but they're not gonna have the same weight. They're not gonna be like electronically compatible.
Oh,
like it's only like the Etsy version will only be there for like visual display purposes only. Yeah, I mean even my Rouse cards that I used throughout our Blade review, like those aren't like the official Rouse cards. Those are like Etsy versions where like they're slightly thinner than the real thing, so they could still fit in the belt and still look like the real thing, but someone as detail oriented as myself can tell the difference. It's like that line from The Mask too. It's like, this is a fake. Yes, but it's a good fake. Ow. Anyways, so what are we here to discuss? Well, we're here to talk about fakers, more specifically the ones shown in Kamen Rider Ryuki episodes 12 through 16. And yes, we are introduced to 2 new riders, and neither of them is a chameleon.
Which I am super upset about that. Lena, I've had people reach out to me like, you seriously are saying right now that your favorite rider in this series is Verde, which doesn't show up at all at the show. Mm-hmm. It only showed up in a movie, and then that one special you guys both did. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm totally saying that. I'm 100% saying that. Like, so far, I have seen, I don't know what it is, but it's like, that's to show you that the internet is listening to you, because I have been getting nothing but Ryuki. Like, when we say we're doing a show on a certain series, when we were doing Fies, I was getting nothing but Fies memes and Fies like advertisements from wherever and whenever. Like, even Etsy was like recommending like certain products, and I'm like, okay, how do I turn you off? Yeah, because it is none of your business of what I am talking about online. But yeah, I've been getting nothing but like Ryuki TikToks and vids on Instagram, and the occasional Verde memes and whatnot, Verde products, which I'm like, okay, I didn't know there were that many, but okay. Out of all the Kamen Riders that I have seen and that we're gonna see in this show, I don't like any of them except Knight, by like look wise. Just by their looks, I'm like, no, that's a cool armor, but I feel it's very simple. Yeah, that's very obviously, My least favorite out of so far I have seen is Sai and Tora. I feel as though they legitimately copied, but like those two, and just like changed the armor. Yeah. In terms of like favorites, it goes up to like it's Knight, Verde, and I guess we'll put in the Shark. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like, okay, yeah, everyone else is okay. But it's like Verde is just, yeah, I'm going the underdog route here. You know, everyone's like, oh, you gotta love Night. I don't like Ren so far. I don't like Ren. I get where he's coming from. And especially within these episodes, we now understand who he is as a person. Although I was like, oh, okay, are we going to go the extreme route with Ren here? Are we going to go the extreme route that what he's doing is like, you know, is avenging the death of someone? No. He's
just comatose.
He's avenging someone, but he's not avenging their death, which it's like, yeah, I would have thought Ren had something to do with what happened, but it's like, well, no, yes and no. Like, he wasn't at fault, but he's kind of like, just like Shinji, he kind of, instead of walking away or whatever, he chose this path. Which is like, why are you shitting on Shinji then?
Mm-hmm.
You did the exact same thing, you dumb bastard.
Yeah, except Ren is kind of worse because it is heavily implied that Darkwing was the thing that attacked his woman.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, wait, you legitimately partnered up with the demon that attacked and was going to eat your woman. You made a contract with the devil that was going to kill your family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's worse. I really don't. I'm like, the fact that Ren is a hypocrite or the fact that he is just stupid. I'm like, yeah, oh, well, like, what wouldn't you? I'm like, to side with the thing that killed someone I loved?
Yeah.
No. No, I would choose to kill said demon than I would align myself with it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we know not what Ren's line of thinking is right now. All we know is that he's trying to avenge someone. So let's jump into it. We are on episode 12. Title of this episode is Ren Ayayama's Lover, which this episode aired on April 21st, 2002. This pretty much dives into Ren's like backstory.
It's almost an anniversary.
Yeah. Let's see. My notes here. So remember last week, Ren got bonked over the head. Mm-hmm. And we kind of lost Ren for a minute.
Yeah.
He was almost acting like Shinji in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But not fully. Like he kept on like in his head he was getting the Akira moment of hearing the mirror noise, which almost so vaguely similarly sounds like the noise that was used in Akira. Where it's just like, you know, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that moment. Because every time that Ren would encounter a monster or even be around Shinji, he would hear the sound and it would just be like, Ren, remember what you're doing, Ren. So you're just like, wait, what? Are we going to get a Ren backstory here? Because again, Ren ran off the last episode. Mm-hmm. Because he's like finally remembering something, or it's like finally his barriers have been brought down. He's not hiding it anymore. You know, he's literally exposing himself, which is not a Ren thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But this also goes around with Yui and her character, because remember, Yui and her brother, she has confessed that her brother had something to do with the circumstances of this show. We have oh yeah, my brother made the decks. My brother went to that same university that Ren went to, and blah, blah, blah. And never once in your whole lifetime, Yui, have you decided to go to that college and poke around.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you knew that your brother was enrolled in college, and what happened at said college, and never once in your whole lifetime have you ever said, maybe I should go to the college.
Yeah, you'd think that, but you didn't.
You know what? It's a damn good thing she's pretty.
She is very pretty.
I love you, Yui. I do love you. You are one of the best girls in this show, but legitimately, what logic? What logic or what lack of logic did you not have? Like, oh yeah, that's why I'm partnered with Ren. And maybe Ren was the reason why she never went. But now that she knows that Ren is going there, it's like, maybe I should go there too. I don't know what was stopping you from going there, but okay. Anyway, we got hijinks with Shinji, obviously. Remember, Shinji got arrested last time. He's a little bit sore about that. So
I would be too.
And he's still like going around with Reiko and like trying to uncover mysteries of disappearing people, which that leads to the college again, referring back to like, what is it, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yep.
That an incident, and that this is where it all started, of the incident that happened. So it's like, hey, we should go to the college.
You didn't think that. Okay.
You guys, I get why you would do that. Everyone else, I'm like, okay, why haven't we gone there? What stopped you, Ren? What stopped you, Yui? But there was one thing that some people did wonder. We didn't mention it last week. There was a mysterious man being chased by a mirror monster. We saw this old man, completely disheveled, being like chased by, I can only say it looked like a shrimp. Maybe a lobster. I don't know.
It's a trilobite, actually.
Oh boy, not much meat on them.
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
Yeah.
Well, Maris Tamata is basically a living fossil.
The doctor has been like avoiding reflective surfaces, mainly mirrors. But every time he did come past one, the thing would be like, like a dog pressing its face on the mirror, like snooting all with its tongue, just like waiting for its chance to get at the professor or this doctor. Yeah. But the doctor was pulled out his card. No. And it would keep it away because it was a seal card.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. In the last episode, or actually, no, this episode, he loses it.
Womp womp.
He loses it in the river. Just like, and I'm like, you can't go in and get, no, you can't, because once it hit the water, it fizzled out. I'm like, man, that's cheap cardboard.
Plus, keep in mind, water's a reflective surface. So for all we know, like, it's gonna go into the mirror world regardless. Like that episode, Courage the Cowardly Dog. You stars.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like this game that's being played right now is so bullshit, because anything with a reflective surface is fair game. Doorknobs, mirrors, a puddle of water, someone's eyeballs.
I mean, if you're really clever about it, yeah.
I mean, anything with a reflective surface, it's like, dude, you're screwed. You might as well go live in the desert and be a nomad.
But even then,
it's like, yeah, here's the thing about that. You do know that sand does reflect, right?
Yeah.
Like certain rocks and stones do have reflective.
But also, like, if sand is superheated, it turns to glass.
Yeah. So either or, you're screwed.
Or, like, if you're lucky to find an oasis, because you're going to need the water.
Hell, even drinking from a bottled water could be dangerous.
I mean, that goes without saying. It's a transparent plastic. But also, let's say you, like, find a cactus and you slice it open to drink its inner fluids. Like, The surface of the water inside the cactus is still reflective. It's green, but reflective.
It's still a way for them to get you. Either or. We must go to college.
We must go.
And again, not sure why. Like, why we're all going there. But again, there is a moment where Yui, doing her little prying detective work, comes across a former student that was with her brother during that day. And obviously it's not of a very pleasant meeting, because it's kind of like, wait, why are you asking about him? Why are you asking about this guy? I was like, because I'm his like, you're Huey, I'm like, no, Joe. The fact that total strangers know Yui's name, and literally this dude was like about ready to punch her in the face. He was like, wait, what did she do? What the fuck? What's going on? Why are you mad at her? Like, this is all your fault. I'm like, what?
How?
She wasn't there. I was like, no, but your brother did. He kept saying it's all for Yui. It's all like, well, who's Yui? It's like, now I know who she is. I'm like, okay. Now we got to go to the college, because whatever the hell her brother did,
it's somehow important.
It's somehow involved with her. And I'm like, well, she's fine. It's not like she's dying of cancer or anything, or like some, like, grave circumstances. What exactly was all this for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, let's go to the college. And as always, Ren is just kind of like, getting worse and worse headaches. He's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, and he's getting into fist fights.
Yeah, just beating up random people, like just getting into problems and all that shit. I'm like, it is far worse. Ren has gotten a lot more rabid than usual, but maybe he's just fed up with everything. We finally get to the college. We finally realize what's going on. We get some information from Reiko and Shinji that, yeah, the disappearances all started, like, apparently here a long time ago, but the person who disappeared actually reappeared again. Okay, so where is that person? Well, reports say that they're in a hospital comatose right now. Oh, so they disappeared. Yeah, they disappeared. They were in this room, but then they found them somewhere else.
Yeah, so who is this person? Well, we have a photo of that person in this group photo. Here's the professor. Here's Shiro. And this woman is...
The woman is... Eri.
Yeah.
Eri Ogawa.
AKA Ren's fiance.
Are we confirming that these two were like a thing? I mean, like that level of a thing?
I honestly, I don't remember if they were fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife. But they were romantically connected.
We do see the two rings that Ren does keep around his neck, obviously. So, I mean, it could be a fact of a promise ring, or it could be an engagement ring. But
honestly, I never understood the concept of promise rings, because like, isn't that what an engagement ring is?
I personally don't understand the whole thing of like of an engagement. I mean, a wedding ring I understand, but the engagement and all that stuff, I'm like, so. But now it's gotten more so with adding what the engagement is to the ring, which will ultimately be the wedding ring. But I mean, the fact of promise rings, I don't really know or get it myself.
Yeah, because what exactly is a promise? It's like, oh, it's a promise that I'll get you an engagement ring one day. Okay, then why can't the promise ring be the engagement ring?
Well, I guess it's also the fact that like I promise that I am loyal to you and this and this and like so. If by some chances you do the unfathomable and decide to go be alleged against your partner, just remember you actually put a physical item on that.
Again,
You know,
I know what the
breaking
wedding ring is.
whatever, but the fact that you put a physical promise, you gave that as a promise that you are mine and mine forever until the day. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that's what I'm like. You got to be serious about the person that you're with to do such a thing. You don't just do that to any Mary Sue or Joe Schmo.
No,
but yeah,
and believe me, I've bought a wedding ring before.
The whole thing with Ren right now is that we have been getting flashbacks of Eri in his head about how much she loved him, how much that she wants to be with him, that trips on their motorcycle to the lakeside, to the beach, and that they're forever going to be together. But then comes the inevitable flashbacks of like, so your research, our research is going very well, and blah blah blah. We have a new guy that came in, and he's very smart. And it's like, you know what, honey, I don't know. Maybe I should leave the project because I'm not really liking where everything's going. The professor at first was like, kind of hesitant, but then he's been acting really weird, like nothing matters to him anymore. Everything is all about the project, and he hasn't slept. He hasn't he hasn't really done anything besides with this guy here. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. And of course, Ren says, it's also your project too. You should keep going.
Oh, geez.
Bless your heart, Ren. Bless your heart. You supported your woman, but if I had heard my partner tell me that because of this guy, everyone is acting like a mad scientist now, I too would be a bit concerned. Are you sure you don't want to come on? Me and you go off. Let's take a week off or something. Maybe you would clear your head or something. Because again, we go into the room. Why is it in Japanese cultures they never fix up the room or a crime scene? They just kind of seal it away behind boards and seals.
Yeah, that's not very suspicious at all.
I'm like, oh yeah, the haunted room in the school. Haven't heard that legend before. Now have I?
Yeah.
He goes and opens the door. He gets the flashbacks of what happened, hearing a certain mallard that quacks in the night appear, and Yui's brother literally handing him the deck box, telling him, will you live or will you die? I'm sorry, who the fuck are you? That's the thing you say the minute, Frankenstein's monster just woke up and he's tearing up the lab and whatnot, and just some random kid walks in and says, take it, live or die. But then Yui shows up. And Yui sees Ren, and Ren is kind of like, I could have sworn Ren had a tear in his eye. Because again, the room is left exactly the same from when that happened. We do get a small little side story with the Trilobite and Shinji fighting, which, again, not much goes on there. Typical rider-monster interactions. But the professor, the guy, the man who helped
use it
was there. He winds up getting killed. Yeah. And before he dies, he takes a look and he's like, I was almost there. I almost had it. But it was because of Shiro, and more importantly, because of you. He literally cursed Yui and Shiro. Literally cursed their existence. Yeah. After, before he died, he's like, it's all your fault. Can you traumatize the girl any more than need to, Doctor?
Well, apparently not. Apparently, she needs to be more traumatized.
I'm like, yeah, where's her brother? We don't know. Why was her brother taken away from her? I don't know.
We don't know.
That traumatized her, though. And now we got random people literally spitting at her way, throwing like all types of insults and obscenities towards her, saying like she's trash. And now these final words, I'm like, what exactly did Shiro do? And what do I have? Like, seriously, what the fuck is my whole thing in this?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. All we know is that snap out of it, Ren. You came back. Yeah, Shinji's upstairs fighting the damn a roly-poly from the Cretaceous.
Yeah, from the Cenozoic era.
Yeah. So the two wind up beating this thing, doing a final event, and again, Shinji's about to. The dragon is going to eat it, but then Night comes in and then eats the damn thing. Which I'm like, I thought, hey Shinji, I thought you didn't want the dragon to eat anything. Why are you now cool with it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that episode.
But at least Ren got his memory back, which was just enough for Shinji, like he defeats a monster. Well, actually, the two of them defeat a monster together, but it just says Dragretto is about to eat the monster.
But again,
Darkwing intercepts.
Yeah, and eats it, but Shinji gets upset, and it's like, again, Shinji, I thought you didn't want the dragon to eat anything.
Not to eat humans, but you know.
Yeah, you know what? Apples and oranges, Shinji. Don't compare the two. I mean, seriously, don't be picky. But yeah, that was the end of 12. Episode 13, That Man Zolda. Which
no, that's episode That Man Zolda's episode 13.
Yeah, 13.
Or 14.
We
just did 12.
Yeah, we just did 12. Now we're on 13.
Yeah. Now we're on 13.
Yeah, That Man Zolda.
Yeah. That Man Zolda. Like, I can't stand the guy, even if he does get an 800 point boost.
Now I equip my Brigadier of Landstar with Landstar Shot. Not only does it give my monster a boost of 600 attack points, it also makes for a sick reference to Kamen Rider Zolda. God, I wish Joey would stop talking about Kamen Rider.
I wonder if that was actually a thing. I mean, we all know that 4Kids did horrible edits when it came down to censoring things. The fact that the edited of that gun is green, I'm like, what? I mean, that had to have been just a 1 in a million shot. I bet they could have made it blue. They could have made it purple. No. You give the Brigadier of Landstar a fucking missile launcher, and it just happens to be green.
Yeah, shoot vent.
And again, this is before Ryuki was a thing. Mm-hmm. So they foresaw no. I want to know, seriously, what was their choice of picking green for it?
I'm curious. Landstar Shot. I wonder when that card came out.
Because again, but Landstar Shot, obviously, it's like, obviously edited cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami, America edits their cards to make the guns look not like guns or to make them look like super soakers. As for the 4Kids, obviously, turning One Piece guns into super soakers or like editing the gun not to look like a gun or whatever. It's like, I just want to know. Yeah. What were the chances that it was green? It could have been blue. It could have been any other color, but they chose green.
Well, actually, Landstar Shot first appeared in the anime, and the episode aired in 2004.
Ryuki was 2002.
Yes, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Deliberately made it green.
I mean,
so Yu-Gi-Oh! had to.
That was America. America did that.
No. In America, it was released in 2005.
Well, I mean, could be a possibility, but I'm like, why green? Or was someone at 4Kids a freaking fan of Kamen Rider? That they just, I mean, obviously the little Karibo stuff didn't happen until later. But I mean, like, yeah, the fact that the 4Kids edited it to green.
Yeah, even
That,
so,
that
like even Swordsman of Landstar, like the actual monster first released in 2003. And also, it's very important to keep in mind that the original season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh came out in 1999. So by the time when Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, you know, the one that we know, came out even in Japan, was probably roughly around the same time as Ryuki came out. Or if nothing else, like Battle City came out around the same time Yugi was like, you know.
I mean, the references are there. I mean, it could be a coincidence. It could also be like, you know. But anyway, episode 13, That Man Zolda. This is a rather interesting episode because we're focusing on Shinji here, on his morals and standing of being a rider / hero, you know.
But first, Ren Akiyama needs to have his Akira moment.
Again, the sounds and riding on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Meanwhile, at the Ore, they're trying to spruce up their homepage, but they also find remnants of a creepy pasta.
Oh yeah, our smart brain lady, and the chief and editor. Okay, you know what? Especially with things that have been going on lately, I'm not surprised if, you know, we did have some type of mirror monster like hiding in the trees or making a spooky face in the tree.
Or maybe it's an unfortunate victim who has met with a terrible fate.
Yeah, because again, we have seen in Kamen Rider series before, you know, that, you know, people do suffer very terrible fates.
Yeah,
some
even
worse than death.
Episode 1, which you can watch on YouTube, like people get stuffed inside of trees.
Yes, we've had that many a times of both men, women, and children getting stuffed into trees. There have been moments where we hear, but we don't see crunching sounds happen.
Yeah.
What exactly is crunching right now? We don't know, and I don't want to know.
Yeah, but what we do know is that while Ren is out drinking his sweet tea, you got a mysterious fortune teller who's a masked fortune teller in a sense, metaphorically speaking. That's right, Ben Stein. I got your call number, and he's like, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?"
He's telling this to a Japanese businesswoman using quarters.
American quarters
of all things. No, it's
and
not
he's like,
hard.
"There's no quarter for you.
It's not that hard
because I will take it."
Quarter, but but then more simpler to use like actual yen coins.
Yeah, like 100 yen.
Yeah, I'm like, seriously, but I'm like a quarter. I'm an American quarter. I'm like, well, okay. Obviously,
especially considering that people keep dropping 100 yen coins into like temples and shrines and whatnot, or at a vending machine or at a local metro to get like your one-way ticket. like you'd think 100 yen coins would be more prevalent.
Yeah. Obviously, the girl walks away, but whatever the hell this guy told her, as she walks away, she feels the weight. So, like, just by looking at her, it's like, yeah, I don't even believe in this stuff. Yeah, but what he's saying, even though it's vague as fuck, you know what it's applying to. You just get it. And she walks away, but she walks away with a bit of like dumbass, but maybe I should look into that. Because again, if you don't, you're gonna meet a terrible fate. What the level of a terrible fate that is, we don't know. But that is neither here nor there, because our mysterious mass fortune teller walks away, but then sits down at a local cafe and orders a coffee, decaf, and then starts talking to Ren over here.
And he tells Ren, "You will meet with an unfortunate fate, and I think I will meet an unfortunate fate too. And it is likely that you'll be the reason I've met with an unfortunate fate." And he pulls out his Raya deck.
I think these people have read ahead of the script. But yes, he pulls out a deck box, and it is a burgundy-colored deck box with a stingray on it.
Yes.
Which reveals him to be the next Kamen Rider in this show, Kamen Rider Raya.
Interesting thing about Raya, I don't think it's revealed in this batch of episodes, but in actuality, Tetsuya wasn't supposed to be Raya. It was actually supposed to be his older brother, who unfortunately met with a terrible fate. And presumably, he was supposed to form a contract not with Evil Diver, but rather with Gold Thunder or Gold Phoenix, more likely Gold Phoenix. And I think there was like a thing where like it showed what Raya would have looked like if it was paired up with Gold Phoenix. Because remember, you have like a base form, and then it changes its appearance based on what monster you contract with. So like Ryuki only looks like Ryuki because he contracted with Dragredder. But the thing is, we see what he looks like without contracting with Dragredder. So, just so that we're clear on that. But it just so happens that the deck is passed on to Tetsuya instead. And instead of pairing up with Gold Phoenix, he's paired up with Evil Diver. So now he is Raya the way Raya currently looks like. And not gonna lie though, he gives me like wuxia vibes, like something from like a Hong Kong movie.
It's very Chinese aesthetic. That's the thing with a lot of these writers, is that it's kind of the same thing with Gaim.
Yeah.
That the aesthetics look proper to the armor. You look at Gaim and you saw a samurai.
Mm-hmm.
You looked at Baron and you saw a Baron.
A knight.
You saw the Cavalier in him. You looked at the other knights. You looked at like the chestnuts definitely looked like medieval knights. You looked at Bravo. He was more of a Spartan, like gladiator type.
Yeah.
And again, and even going with Yoko and all them, here it's the same thing.
Yoko, even though her supposed to be like an Arabic design, so her undersuit is clearly a repaint of Michi's Ryugen suit.
And again, Michi with the Ryugen suit, that was a very Chinese looking. Yeah. Like very Chinese. Not so much Takatora. Takatora definitely had.
He was more of the samurai motif.
He was more of the samurai. But
yeah, even the three Invis types fell into one of three categories. Like blue was based on Japanese legend, red was based on European. Red is European, and green is based on Chinese. So all the green ones, they would become like Byakuya, Seiryu, what's it called? Suzaku and Genbu. And again, like I'm using the Japanese names, not the Chinese names, because I only remember two of the Japanese names. What's it called? Azulong and Bayou. But yeah, no, it's like
But here in this case, every rider is looking different. Ryuki obviously looks like Ryuki, but it is a Kamen Rider regardless. Knight definitely falls under like a knight, more so of a lancer type knight. Very French looking motif.
yeah, Zolda is based on a Russian soldier.
Yeah, Zolda is definitely more among like modern soldiers of today.
Modern warfare.
And then we have Raya, which again kind of gives it like a Chinese, but also gives kind of a French look as well. It's like a mixture of the two. But the style of which they attack and go with is more so of the Chinese aspect.
Yeah.
The contract monster in for Raya is
Evil Diver,
which is a stingray, which he can ride around on. Most of them can. And yeah, this again kind of also gives like what we were saying that okay, if one person does have it and if someone dies, could they pass on the deck, or is the deck completely gone?
I think it really depends on whether or not the deck gets destroyed. Because remember, Scissors' deck was destroyed.
Yes, we saw that Scissors' deck is destroyed. Scissors is gone. But if he was, and again, the deck was the first thing to be destroyed.
Yeah.
But if the person dies, not the deck, is it possible to pass it on to someone else?
I mean, that's what happened in the 13 Rider special. Twice. Shinji received a dying person's deck twice.
So it is possible if the person dies, but the deck is still solid, it's still being able to use it. Although we do have moments in the show where Shinji tries to use the cards of other people's decks and it just doesn't work out for him.
Yeah.
But yes, we did going into this episode.
Yeah, we try to investigate the creepypasta because apparently in a certain building there's a mysterious elevator where people disappear from.
And man, what a way to go. I swear to you.
So Shinji and Reiko decide to split up. He takes one elevator and she takes the other. But inside Shinji's elevator, he's joined by Goro. And Reiko, unfortunately,
goes with Shuchi.
Yeah.
Which, again, Reiko doesn't like Shuchi. And Shinji thinks Goro is Zolda. Which that's what we thought. Well, that's what I thought originally.
Rather you thought.
And then finally we realized, like, no, it's Shuchi that is Zolda. And Goro is just pretty much his own
lackey.
His lackey, his goon, his butler. You know, he's just there, but it makes it seem like he is. Which it tricked Shinji, because Shinji saw and fought against Zolda. But then when it was all said and done, he saw Goro. Now you would think,
like at first I have an interaction where like Shinji tries to whistle to like make things like not so awkward. He's like, "Hey, you're whistling. It's actually quite nice. I wish I could whistle like you."
He's that kid that just.
Yeah, and of course, we all have to learn from certain classical films. Like, hey, if you need me, just whistle. You know how to whistle, right? You just put your lips together and blow.
Again, it depends on how you do it, obviously. And some people have debated it's a useless skill to like. Yeah, no, it is a useless skill, but it could also be said that swimming is a useless skill. If you're nowhere near water, why the heck do you need to know how to swim?
Yeah, you know, in a arid desert, you know, water's more valuable than gold.
Yeah. But in this case, it's like, yeah, does anything happen to Shinji or to Reiko? other than sexual harassment on one end and just an awkward conversation on another, not really. Nothing happened, which that just makes them be like, oh, whatever. I guess it was all a bunch of bull crap anyway, which you would assume so. But again, you guys have what is called plot armor.
Yeah.
Won't happen to you guys, but it will happen to someone else. We got two Japanese businessmen going in the same elevator as Shinji. And finally, what winds up happening is one of them disappears and the other one gets, again, I think I've seen this in a Cronenberg movie once, where it's like elevators open and all you hear is the guy screaming, but his legs are dangling a good 3 feet off of the ground. And we see him get slurped.
Yeah.
We do get Shinji hearing the mirror noise, though, and he runs back. And he goes back into said elevator. But also the fact, Shuchi and Goro are still here, and they also feel it.
Yeah, and they know Shinji's around. So of course, Kitooka's like, hey, Goro, let's pull a prank on a little Shinji over here. Meanwhile, Knight and Raya do have their own fight in front of a football stadium. Not much to say about that particular fight because the main takeaway is one, Raya has a copy vent which allows them to copy Knight's sword vent,
which doesn't happen.
And their fight basically ends in a stalemate. Meanwhile,
I understand when certain riders have it, like obviously Verde has it, but it's like, why does Raya have a copy?
Well, certain cards are available for more than one person. I mean,
it's like, okay, I get it, but it's like, I mean, you have your own weapon too, Raya. You have a whip chain.
Swing vent, yeah.
Which also the whip chain becomes a sword. So why copy the lance?
Yeah.
I guess it's just probably like, oh, I can use your weapon better because that's what winds up beating up Ray or beating up Ren. And, because
Ren is self-nerfing because he's indecisive apparently. But going back to the A plot, we have an encounter with a lemur mirror monster. And of course, Ryuki and Zolda end up fighting this thing. And of course, Zolda ends up using his iconic launch vent. Where this is going. You know where this is going. Launch
now
vent.
I equip my Brigadier of Landstar with Landstar Shot. Not only does it give my monster a boost of 600 attack points, it also makes for a sick reference to Kamen Rider Zolda. God, I wish Joey would stop talking about Kamen Rider.
For the first time, you see both riders' shield vents, where like Ryuki he uses the chest and arms of Dragretter.
Two shields this time.
Yeah, he's got two shields, and both of which can be attached to his chest, to his shoulders. By the way, while Zolda, his shield is Magna Giga's chest plate, which honestly is used less as a shield and more as a kickstand for his shoot vent, which of course, he ends up using on
Now I
Ryu.
equip my Brigadier of Landstar with Landstar Shot. Not only does it give my monster a boost of 600 attack points, it also makes for a sick reference to Kamen Rider Zolda. God, I wish Joey would stop talking about Kamen Rider.
And of course, Shinji uses his final vent on Zolda. We see a giant explosion, but then
we still see Zolda. Yeah, Zolda is not there. But I'm like, Zolda, did you really summon your shield to let it literally be a kickstand for your giant gun?
Yes, he did.
I'm like, no, it's not the fact that the gun is gun and shield. It's more like fold and then gun. I'm like, okay, you just lost points, man. I seriously thought you were holding on to that cannon if it was nothing. You summoned a kickstand just to hold it? All right. I thought you were all man.
Yeah, you're insults to the T-800.
Yeah, no, seriously, a scrawny 120-pound vampire girl can literally hold a gun 3 times that weight with no problem.
B words
But
love cannons.
But you need a kickstand. Okay.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
moving on to episode 14.
But that's the thing, though. Like you said, towards the end of that episode, we do notice that Zolda is not there anymore. Which there's 2 options to that. One, he ran away, which is possibly the most obvious.
Yeah.
Or 2, you actually did do it, but I would be like, where's the body?
Yeah.
Like seriously, where's the body? You would have destroyed him.
As Marvin the Marshal would say, where's the kaboom? Where's the earth-shattering kaboom?
I mean, you two pretty much clashed and did a giant boom. But again, if there is no body, Shinji, and we do see that, we saw it with Scissor, is that if you did destroy him, then either he's dying or he's getting eaten by the contract monster. But either or,
is happening.
Nothing's happening. We just leave the episode off, which we go into episode 14, Revival Day, which picks off exactly where we left off.
Yeah, Shinji, like, he gets out of the elevator window and he sees Goro's body in the like in the middle of the door of the other window where it goes like, and Kinoka's like, Goro!
Okay,
Precious Goro!
I really get that effect. Seriously. Also, I'm like, okay, so Goro is he's glitching.
Yeah.
Red flag right there. We don't glitch in this show. We fade into dust or we start to get eaten by the contract monster. We don't glitch. But again, Shuji is crying such like a little bitch.
Yeah,
like,
he's like trying to win his Oscar.
You are like, Mom, man. He's like a woman at a funeral. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus.
Courage, Scarlet, I do give a damn.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah. He's like, you can tell he's like peeking over.
You know what? Shinji, I felt
holding the bar. It's like, look what happened. Goro is dead.
I swear, I was waiting for the what we call the sexy cry. You know, as he turns around and he's just got snot and saliva just coming out of his every orifice of his face, just like yelling at Shinji. I wanted that. I wanted to see the snot and the saliva, just him yelling at Shinji.
Like freaking like Saul Goodman would have done it.
I mean, I wanted to see that level. Like, no. He is literally destroyed by the fact that this happened.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, no, Shuchi actually is like giving Shinji the 3rd-degree burns here. He is literally raking this kid around, like through the coals and through the furnace.
Yeah, like Goro's like holding onto the deck to like just that Shinji could see that he's holding it, and he's like, he's dead. Goro's dead. There's no bringing back to him. It's like you know that opening scene from Fooly Cooler. Oh no, Taro's dead.
Yeah, just that whole like, and again, Shinji. Remember, a couple episodes ago, Ren did kill Scizor. That did happen, and Shinji was aware of it. And Shinji was disgusted with Ren. But now Shuchi is blaming Shinji and calling him a murderer. Because he did what Ren had done and Shinji said would never do, was to kill a Kamen Rider.
Also, I noticed he doesn't check his pulse.
Well, that's the thing. The poor bastard's locked in the back because I don't know how, but you managed to get him into the back of the car before he even
like good for Goro, like he's not twitching, like he's not like his chest's not expanding and retracting. Like you know, one thing I love about Stardust Crusaders is that when Jotaro tried to fake dying, when he did his play dead routine, Dio was like very thorough. It's like, huh? Let me check. Let me listen to his heart pulse like off the ground. Now let me hear it against his chest. Me and like that if Polnareff did interrupt him, he's like, well, another thing that could happen. Another thing I know that happens that if a person dies, eventually their intestinal muscles relax to the point that they defecate themselves. And I'm just like waiting for Jotaro to like crap his pants just to sell that he's dead.
I mean, the thing is with Goro's actor, Tomio Hishia, he's actually professionally trained. I'm looking up his info right now, and he has done several films and stage plays. Mostly for Toko, he's been on Ryuki, he's been on Goro, Kabuto, Gaim, Amazons, and Rider Time Kamen Rider, Ryuki. So, and seriously, he was in Gaim?
Yeah. Guess who he played?
Who was the bar? He was the barkeep.
Yep.
He was the barkeep.
Yep.
He was the guy that's like that gave Kota all his info. Not Sid. But yeah, no, he has been a very prolific actor and still continues to this day. Goro was actually his debut. So good on him, because seriously, most people, I'm like, obviously they didn't show Goro in the car, but I can only imagine him hearing it and just like the overplayedness that Shuchi was saying. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna shut up and not say anything because you're overselling it to the point that you leave Shinji just destroyed and beaten in this scene as they drive away, and Shinji just literally has that Evangelion meme moment. The only thing we're missing is a spotlight and a foldable chair.
Yeah.
Of like him just like screaming bloody murder that, yeah, you just killed somebody, Shinji. Or did you? Goro-chan.
Goro, you can wake up now.
You can wake up now.
So did I win my Oscar? No. Unfortunately, another film won Best Foreign Film. But believe me, if I was part of the Academy, I would have voted for you.
You got to keep working until Kamen Rider Gaim, and then we'll give you the Oscar.
Yeah.
What? Another 10 years? Yep. You got to put in the hours, Goro. So, yeah, what an asshole move to play on our boy. You call him a murderer. You frame him for the death of your butler, and yet that ain't true.
Mm-hmm.
And Shinji here is like living with the guilt that he literally killed somebody. Like, man, the poor bastard like got falsely arrested and now accused of murder by the same guy. Do you wonder why people don't like lawyers?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my God, Shinji, no joke, Yui, Reiko, Nanako, anybody, give this kid a hug or something. He is just like, he is completely destitute. And it's like, yeah, no, he seriously, legitimately is just completely out of it. This all falls under Yui and Ren now to take a part of. Also Raya to an extent, because I guess Raya is now on Team Night for some reason. But yeah, Shinji is just like completely just like out of it, even to the point at work where like everyone is just kind of like, Shinji, you okay? You all right, Shinji? It's like a Michael Jackson song. Are you okay? Are you okay, Shinji?
Are you okay, Shinji? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay,
Two
Shinji?
Michael Jacksons in one review.
Yeah.
We keep rolling.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Reiko gets sent very lovely gifts this episode
Yeah.
from a creepy lawyer.
Yeah.
A full-fledged photo and a bouquet of.
He even has a photo shoot where like he takes all his law books and like lays them out on a staircase.
Oh yeah, that stupid photo shoot he was making Goro do. The same damn place where Goro was actually eating his cup noodles.
Yeah.
Don't diss on cup noodles though. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, how full are you, Shuchi? You are just so full of it.
Yeah.
Like, get my good side, Goro. Go, like, you do know that he's dead, though. You're getting a dead man to do your photography. Oh, yeah. And of course, yeah, sending 50 long stem roses to Reiko and a photo of himself. I'm like, yeah, how is this guy not single? How is he just not like fighting the women off? Seriously. But poor Shinji, he is just completely out of it. He is just like, I will never be a Kamen Rider again. I don't blame you, kid. But again, you do realize what show you're on, right? Like, it's not a matter of whether you want to or you don't want to. It's a matter of like your ass or his ass is on the chopping block. But he still doesn't want to accept that. We do have a moment where, like, obviously, you know, like a conflict between Ren and Shuchi. And that leads into, obviously, we have, is it the same Mirror Beast or is there something else here with us? I can't remember.
But yeah, no, we fight a lemur again.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? We didn't kill it the last time.
Yeah, but the thing is, we go to the elevator, and
oh boy,
like this is like next level, like
next level gaslighting.
Yeah, yeah. It's like what's his name? Yeah. So like, so Kitaoka like calls up an elevator so he could go upstairs, and he hears the noise, so he decides to use the elevator door as the reflective surface. So he's about to go like,
yeah. See,
and then as the door opens, Shinji's like,
Shinji's right there.
Kitaoka, what are you doing with that?
The thing is with this, people, is if Shinji the whole time has believed Goro was Zolda.
Yeah.
That's who he thought he was fighting this whole time.
And that he killed Goro on top of it.
And we killed Goro because we saw him in the back of that car. So it's like, it had to have been him, right? No, because again...
So then, like, wait, if Goro was someone was Zolda, then why is
the deck? Then where the hell is Goro? And it's like,
and then behind Kitaoka, while Shinji's like looking right at him, the elevator door on the opposite side opens, and guess who's inside the elevator on that side? It's Goro.
That boy Goro.
And of course, Shinji's like, wait, Goro's still alive, and you have the deck? What's going on here? And then like from a separate door, like Ren shows up with Darkwing's like Kitaoka, you no good son of a gun. This is for leaving me inside a mirror with Raya. Why do you fight like someone who is like? Why do you fight like someone? How'd you get so strong and agile? Because you fight like someone who isn't Russian.
Because the thing is that, yeah, everyone shows up, and finally the identity of Kamen Rider Zolda is revealed to be not Goro, but Shuchi. And obviously mixed emotions are happening here, more so with Shinji. Because
you'd think Shinji would be angry at Kitaoka for pulling such a...
You think Shinji was like, well, yeah, Shinji was going to kill... was gonna kill Shuchi because he's like, so you've been Zolda this whole time, and it's like, but then Goro just comes into the defense as the good boy that he is, and Shinji stops, and we're thinking, oh,
And
Shinji's
you,
gonna-
Goro! I'm
And
so glad I didn't kill you. I
Oh,
was so worried about you. I'm
He-
incredibly happy you're still alive.
to the ground. He falls to his knees, and just insert the chibi anime crying that meme of what's her face from Freerin, like Goro. Yeah, that meme. You know that's Shinji right now because he's like no joke, just like I thought I killed you, like, and Goro is like. I swear, I was like, if he pulls out a damn tissue and just starts wiping his eyes, like, it's okay, little dragon, I'm all right. I'm like, oh God, Goro, you're too sweet for this world. But yeah, Ren, what do you have to say about this? We got a lemur to kill, and this asshole who's been faking it the whole time. Yeah, you're right. Let's go kick his ass. Okay.
Yeah, it tries to go after a very attractive woman who I swear looks like she's probably part of an idol group.
Yeah, for some reason the lemur's got taste for girls with curly hair.
Yeah.
Again, I ask, is that natural though? There's a difference.
Yeah, some women really like the Gyaru thing. And don't get me started on the Ganguru girls.
Hey, I know some Garu, so let's not throw shade on the Garu, but the Ganguru, yeah, well, you know, again, do you like emo girls or do you like scene girls?
I prefer goth. You know, I'm old school.
You know, do you go simple or do you go like the high def? You know, that's pretty much the difference between the two. But yeah, our lemur. I mean, yeah, that's what the mirror monsters do. They eat people. So I was assuming he was going to, and he was dragging her to the mirror until Shinji ran interference and whatnot.
Yeah,
and obviously, you know, both him and Knight do a final vent on this Schmiegel looking motherfucker.
yeah. I like how Shinji does pull like, oh, you thought I was over there, but I'm actually here. Good for you, Shinji. You're starting to learn.
But what happened to Zolda?
Well, he goes to his car and finds the poster that he got for Reiko, and she basically vandalized the poster.
Yeah, I don't think she likes you, Shuji.
Yeah,
I don't think she likes you at all. But
faking your best friend's death is probably not gonna get you laid.
no. Also, whoever got laid by like, oh, your best friend died. Seriously, whoever did.
Only in the movie Wedding Crashers.
I mean, you must be pathetic. Seriously, to use your friend's death as a way of getting laid. But I mean, unless it's done for the sake of comedy, I'm like, whoever. Seriously, in the name of someone, if you know someone who has, shame them. But yeah, both Zolda and Goro just drive away. Like there's no confrontation between the groups. We focus on the lemur monster, and that's it.
Yeah, and also this time, Dreg Redder actually does get the monster soul.
He does eat the monster soul. He does eat the lemur, which, depending on who your canon, is it the king or is it Maurice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Either or.
Should you resolve himself, I will stop the Rider fight. Somehow.
Yeah, he will stop the Rider fight, but I'm like, don't you want to kill Shuchi first? Like, can we just get rid of him first and then stop the Rider fight?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that episode. Now we go on to episode 15, which is called The Iron Mask Legend.
Here we go for the much more creepier pasta.
This is definitely under creepypasta levels. I think I have read something like this before. A mysterious masked figure cloaked in all black attacking any which way in any place. You could be walking home alone. You could be in a safe, secure building, but you will always hear the sound of someone walking behind you. Except normally in those creepypastas, it's the same as what happened like with Mirror Monsters. You just disappear. You're never heard from again. In this case, you're putting into a Mortal Kombat simulation. Or I don't know whether it's for fun or just for the premise of this show, but there is a mysterious masked man, not a Kamen Rider, just some guy in a mask committing such crimes.
Yeah.
Whether or not he is connected to the Kamen Rider battle, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. So interestingly, here we have like a fight between two cloaked figures, and they're wearing reused Skug masks from Veer Troopers.
I thought that face looked familiar.
Yeah.
But again, the Metal Hero series, especially the VR, like the Metalder and Space Sheriff Spielbahn, was 93, 94.
Spielbahn had 44 episodes and it's from 1986.
Oh, damn. So they did have those laying around for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, they were actual like helmets. They were actual like, but I think they just had the mold. So I don't think the original helmets still were around. But having the mold, yeah, that works. Yeah, we're put into a game of life or death in what is called Cruel, which is by the Cruel Game Master.
Yeah.
You are basically put in a cage and made to fight to the death with the person that caught you. And, well, if you're just a noob, you're not going to last very long.
Yeah.
What is the thing is that it's being recorded. Is there other people involved? Is it just this guy? What's going on? Why is it being recorded? Let's see here.
It's for a video game, apparently.
We're taking the mechanics of the original Mortal Kombat and putting them into work. For those who don't know, the original Mortal Kombat video game was actually using actual people as models and then digitizing those fights into the game. So what you're seeing is not actual computer
images. Like you have like actual actors playing Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya, Goro, and Shang Tsung.
Yeah, so they actually did that back then. That was an actual thing that they did, which you would think, okay, that's original, but only Mortal Kombat did that, right? No, because of the popularity of Mortal Kombat, several other gaming companies did that too, and to lesser successful degrees. Look, I'm a fan of Street Fighter, but when you take the methods of Mortal Kombat and apply it to Street Fighter, no. That's how we get that's how we got Street Fighter, the movie, the game. And we don't talk about that. The movie, that's another thing. We could talk about that. But the game, we don't talk about that. But anyway. Let's see. What else happened?
So we investigate the school where this happened, but it turns out that like all the developers are like, "Yeah, you're just cray cray. Nothing bad happens in Ba Sing Se."
Yeah, I feel as though that these people have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Something's going on here. But what could it be? It just happens to be that, yeah, the people who are disappearing are involved, but it is just a thing of the company.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the Yotsuba arc in Death Note, where suspiciously the only people who were dying during that time period are either members of Yotsuba or executives of rival companies, and only the people that were dying are those that whose deaths would benefit financially the Yotsuba company.
Yeah, so pretty much it's like people who were like, whistleblowers or whatever, they were the ones getting like axed out, apparently.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with the rider battles?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing
Except
really.
for one small detail.
And that detail being?
One of the programmers is another writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have another one, which apparently, again, watching the episode, you're kind of wait, what happened? How did we get introduced to this writer? Yeah, he was part of the A plot, which technically is the B plot, but it's the A plot to this whole episode. And who is this mysterious writer that has now been introduced?
It's Kamen Rider Guy. And I'm not talking about Mike Guy. I'm talking about some other guy.
Yeah. Kamen Rider Guy, which is a rhinoceros, which the Japanese word for rhinoceros is sai.
Yeah.
Which could be a little bit too much on the nose there, but they're like, let's just call him Guy. Gai.
Yeah. And his contract monster is Metal Gallus.
It is a giant
anthropomorphic rhinoceros.
Bipedal white rhinoceros monster with a giant golden rhinoceros horn, which he uses not only as a launch platform, but also uses more like a, I don't know if I can call it a lance, but it's more like it's attached to his arm, so it's more like a drill bit attack. As which in most media they mostly project rhinoceroses to have. I don't really get that. It's like, so a rhinoceros, every time I've seen him, they always have drill bit horns. Yeah. Believe me, I would not want to be at the end of such thing, but still, I'm like, yeah, rhinoceroses just have drill bit horns apparently whenever they're used in battle shows.
Yeah.
Although we don't know who this guy is technically, we have not a clue. All we know is that he kicked ass and kicked Shinji's ass, and stole his card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you stole my blue eyes. Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. He Shinji is living the nightmare of many a nerds of all those discount hot topic rack shopping assholes and wannabe skater kids back in the 2000s. Just stealing the rare dragon card from your deck because you think it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That never happened to me because the first and last time some wannabe skater punk tried that shit, well, I wound up pulling a Ren on him and then dunking him into the trash can and rolling it down the hallway. Luckily, the card is still intact and with me to this day.
Yeah,
but
yeah, before he does take Shinji's card, we do encounter not one but two jellyfish monsters, a blue one and a red one, and Guy does use his final event to kill the blue one. And the way his final event works is Metal Gallus rushes towards the monster while Guy's standing on his chest like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he has like his strike vent horn drill out, which feels kind of redundant because like you could just, or just have Metal Dells do it himself.
You have a rhinoceros as your contract monster, like, and you use not like the thing is just pushing you along.
Yeah.
Like you're not even utilizing like the rhinoceros in fully. I'm like, wouldn't it be more like if like you had the rhinoceros charge at him and then it hits it, but then it knocks it into your path and you deliver a final strike?
That would make more sense.
If you just got hit by a semi truck and then you got speared by another damn rhinoceros, that sucks.
Yeah.
But again, we're not producers at Toei, so I mean, either or.
Yeah. So Shinji loses his card.
He loses his rare card and now is stripped back to gray. So we go to the last episode of our review, the Card of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound dorky at all, does it?
Yeah.
Which kind of again we pick up again where we left off. Both Rhea and Knight show up to find Shinji completely deprived of color. It's like, wait, what happened to you, Shinji?
Those we colored.
Someone stole my blue eyes. Damn it. And again, many of you who played the TCG know this feeling. But don't worry. Just like always, you get it back. But yeah, like
Knight and Raya do try to show up to like help out, but again, you don't have your card. What else can you do? They do try to fight the red Medusa, but no. Actually, Knight is struggling to fight the red Medusa, while Raya's like trying to like save Shinji. It's like, okay, I had enough of this noisy vent.
The jellies are taken care of completely. Yeah. We're like, okay, come on, let's go hit the communal shower, Shinji. I was like, all right.
Get my card. Forget your card, man.
We'll get you a blue eyes back. We will. We promise. We will. We will get it back. Yeah. Now we get into the A plot, which we finally focused on the office because, typical day back at the Ore magazine office, only for them to get bombarded with a virus on their computer, and some random suit walks in to the office.
And guess who it is?
It is Jun Shuabara, which is the asshole who stole the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't get how this kid was a part of the video game that was literally kidnapping people and making them fight to the death, and apparently now is the owner and editor of the Ore magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the odds? Like, what are the odds that this happens, honestly? But he just, and it doesn't even feel like he even wants to be there. He's just fucking around, just like, I'm doing it because I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I could give a monkey a damn suit and tie, and automatically they think that they don't stink. Seriously. Yeah. Believe me, I think we've all been there. Like, seriously, like, how did this idiot get to be in the position that he's in? Dumb luck, I guess. Like, seriously, it's like, how? I don't know. But he is fucking around with everybody now. He's fucking around with Daisuke. He's fucking around with Ruriko. He's messing with Best Girl and, why is it that I forgot smart lady's fucking name in this show? Nodoka.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nodoka is mad. So if there's one thing I've learned in my life is that you never piss off the bookwormish girl, like computer girl. You never piss them off, dude. Like, those are the girls you want on your team because those are the ones that will fuck someone royally. Not just physically, but financially and for their future prospects. And looking at Notica, how she is, ooh, my darling queen, please go on ahead. No, you do what you want to do. I will leave you alone. I'll go get you lunch. By all means, destroy him. And destroy him she will. Because, again, this guy's not giving any shit about anything. He's making them do flash mob dances, the premonition of TikTok videos, which have nothing to do with the company. He's just doing it because I'm the president.
And I can make you do whatever you want.
And I can make
also, we have a banana joke in there somewhere.
And just like all those stupid Chads and Logan Pauls that later on in life are trying to scam children out of Pokemon cards and now manga, he actually flashes Shinji's blue eyes. He has the card that Shinji wants, and it's like anytime like, no you don't, either that, I burn it. Which, no joke, I have been there before, dude. That's what led me into dunking that stupid 4'5" little Chad into the trash. Like, no joke. Go ahead and try to burn the card. The minute you do, it's like done, over. And yeah, no, it takes me back to those moments because I'm just like, this guy has nothing. He's short. He's full of himself. He's got a stupid haircut. And literally, I'm like, yeah, you're not doing anything at all besides making a nuisance out of yourself in a place of professionalism and work. Given that the Aura magazine is like kind of a tabloid type of place, but at least people came in there to work. Like, what the fuck are you doing to this place to make it better? Not anything, really. So, what are we gonna do?
Well, Smart Lady will actually do the smart thing and actually use her laptop to go to Rui's cafe and actually, take back the company. But the thing is, she hacks so aggressively that she just like passes out midway. To the point that she needs Rui to press the enter button, which apparently is actually quite difficult for Rui. It's like that scene from The Movie where Jimmy Kimmel has to carry paraplegic George Clooney to like push the destroy the meteor button in order to stop Black Hitler, played by Gabourey Sidibe, from destroying the planet.
Did she just run out of steam or something? Did she not drink enough coffee or what happened? It's kind of like, like your computer just went black screen. Or do you remember those old CRTVs when you turned them off, it'd be black screen and then a little white light. And then a white line. It's like you just turned it off. It's like, Notica, baby, what happened? Again, she's just clicking away, just going at it. And I'm like, well, yeah, it is very hard for Yui to press send. Again, it's 2002. Nowadays, it's everyone knows how to do that. But back in the day, that was not it's like you would just be looking like, what button do I have to hit?
Send button.
Just hit send.
Where's the send button? There's a button that has the word send on it. I do not speak English.
Although I love how like when Notica is like telling her like again she's fainted, she's on the floor. She's like just hit send. Just I was like wait what button? The one that says send. Just send. And Yui just again holding her like this, and then she just boom just plops her onto the floor. Just throws her like a rag doll. Like, okay. Which one was it? Hit send. Oh, God, I love this woman. God, I love this woman so much. But yes, she does the whole, Nedry from Jurassic Park nonsense of, you didn't say the magic word. Except she uses penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah, God damn it. I love this woman. She actually uses penguins as virus fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, again, but the thing is that, so our guy, June is like trying to like, again, doesn't make sense, but I guess because the paper is now successful, his plan was to take the subscribers and then do exactly what he was doing before. So instead of eliminating the naysayers and the people who are like being annoying at the company, you're going to start aiming and attacking your subscribers.
Basically.
For what exactly? You're running a newspaper, not a video game company.
Well, let me flash you forward by a good 20 years. $5. $5 freaking dollars. I'm like, how is it so hard for you to subscribe for $5? That's the price of a coffee.
Yeah, no, but subscribing back when didn't cost you anything. It was just hit
I know. I'm referencing the entitlement and attacks on fans.
Well, you know what? It's, I've had 2 weeks of only 1 week of dealing with influencers about like, oh my God, these people, why are they in my way? Why do they not know who I am? Do they like, bitch, I don't even know how you got into the VIPs, but I'm working here and I'm getting some damn good coin off of this shit. I don't care, but I'm like, wait, who is she? Who are they?
Yeah.
Don't know, dude. Like, they'll just let anyone fucking in here, aren't they? Like, that's the thing. It's like the entitlement of what it is. It's like, for, again, you're going to keep your video game going, but now you're going to do it in a global scale. You're pretty much like solidifying a mass genocide of people or a mass murder spree. And that's it. Like, and this is a Kamen Rider here, folks. This is one of our heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's like, yeah, you know what? Ren B is Ren B. He's at least tolerable. Raya, so far, is kind of confusing, but he's at the same point as Ren. Like, he doesn't really want to. He knows he has to, but he doesn't really. He's kind of like both Shinji and Ren.
Yeah, but he's like the middleman. But unfortunately, this becomes his undoing because when he tries to stop, because like he does believe in Shinji's mission, and he's stronger than Shinji. But the problem is that like, it's like when he tries to stop Ren and Guy from fighting, they both end up attacking Raya.
Yeah, which again, and that's the thing that was, again, I've said was controversial about this show, is the fact that every single rider we have been introduced, other than these two, well, let's put 3 now, they've all been assholes and psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are just, there is no humanity in them of the things they do. Even their goals in life. One chooses to make people suffer. Another, just randomly kills. And then this one tries to justify murder and killing people for product placement.
Yeah.
I want
And
to make
but
the best video game, but it only works if I use real people. I'm like, okay,
mhm.
okay.
Yeah. But thankfully, thanks to some quick work, Tetsuka and Ren do manage to retrieve the Dread Rider card. So Shinji is able to transform again, and so the two Red Riders like try to fight off the red jellyfish monster while Ren is still fighting Guy. And by the time the two of them defeat the jellyfish monster, Ren has overpowered the rhinoceros rider to the point where he's on the ground and he has his sword vent like pointing down at him.
Yep.
For you, it's game over. And then end of episode.
My God. No, seriously. What was that? Like, I legitimately would say, like, you know what? Why tease us that you did or did not?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I want to see this kid die. Like, just him being in this one episode, I'm like, it could be just me at an older age. I'm like, oh my God, I want this cocky son of a bitch to be dead already. Like, seriously. But then the previews kind of spoil that for us. Either or. June is a piece of trash, but he's still gonna be with us for a little bit. Mm-hmm. At least the Oro is now back in the hands of Daisuke and everyone else.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it, people, for this review of Kamen Rider Ryuki.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy.
Oh, I would definitely say that the Ren episode is definitely the weakest one.
You know, at least it gave us, like, you know, the lore of who Ren is as a character and what he's actually trying to do. What we did not mention at the end of that episode was he broke and shattered a small little mirror that was in Aries' room. Because by our understanding of the show, Darkwing is still looking at Aerie like a juicy, fat hamburger. Like he is just wanting to eat her. But Red is keeping that away.
Yeah, so long as like he keeps feeding Darkwing other riders or other mirror monsters, it will stay away from Aerie. That means he needs to stay in the game for as long as possible.
He has to keep, his whole thing is keeping Darkwing distracted. Because that was who Darkwing was originally supposed to eat. So, okay, we get you a little bit now, Ren. You eat with her, like, we still never got a clear reason as to why Yui is being blamed for all this. All we know is it involves her brother. And the rest of the episode, obviously, you know, diving into Shinji's subconscious and his again, it's that whole thing of like, look, Shinji, you can play hero. We're not saying you can't. But the fact is that being a hero is such a big title. You know, it's a very vague title. What is it to be a hero? You know, Shinji right now is the Boy Scouts right now. He's the do all, be good, and say your prayers type. But then everyone else around him is just is either a creep or just a fiend. You know, And that kind of shakes him to his core a little bit. It's like, but we're all Kamen Riders, though. I mean, why? It's like, I don't know yet, Shinji, but you got to do it. You got to. I mean, it's just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
The last couple of episodes with Guy and Raya. Yeah, I mean, there is some momentum here. We kind of started off slow, but then we started peaking up again with the drama.
Yeah.
So I would say like this group of episodes would shoot at an 8 in total.
So-
I would say the first 2 would be like a 7, and then it goes 8, 8, 8.
So for me, I would say the first one is the weakest one. So I give it a 7. I mean, it's good that it gives us more backstory about Ren, but again, it's like it's everything else that happens around it that's kind of like, I don't know, it's just mostly forgettable. You know, I think if they could have done it a little bit better, probably. Next 2 episodes, I have to give them a 9 and a 10 because it's like the setup was actually really good. I actually really like the setup for episodes 13 and 14. And yes, it makes me hate that Kidoke way more for the right reasons. He's not just a creepy pervert. Like he straight up tried to F with Shinji, and you do not F with Shinji, my sweet precious boy.
No joke. We were like, does Shuchi get like some type of like retaliation here? Does he get like shot in the hand or in the gut or something? Does something? Give me something. No, not yet.
And one of the worst things about it is he dragged Goro along with him for the facade, and as we all know, Goro is the obligatory green himbo of the season. Just like how we had Akira Date and Oran Pierre Alfonso. Like, we need our sweet precious Goro.
Yeah, for some reason, again, Goro was the start of that.
Yeah.
Of the obligatory himbos that are just there, but later on don the mantle themselves, whether it's purposely or not.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, wait, so, what? But you're going to feel for Goro when he does. For Shuchi, we just want him gone.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Hold on for a minute. We love Goro. We just hate Shuchi.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then for episode 15 and 16, I would have to say they're both 8s. Honestly, it's like I do not care for Guy as a character, and I think it did more to just like emphasize our reliance on Tetsuka. Here's the thing, though. Here's what's interesting about how they changed the characters in Dragonite. Guy, first of all, Guy was introduced earlier in the American version compared to Raya.
Yeah.
And Guy's counterpart is a competitive motocross racer who got framed for crime. And it's like, if you want the footage that proves your innocence, you're gonna have to fight Len. Vent or be vented. And as for Raya, who's like probably like the best character in the American version, like he's a Marine dropout because he has asthma. They literally kicked him out of the Marines because he has asthma. And that asthma, it persists while he's a writer.
So he's not good enough to join the few, the proud, but he is capable of joining the interdimensional and the damned.
Yes, because Xaviax is like, I'm part of a covert branch of the U.S. military that you don't know about. See, Earth is being invaded by aliens, and we need you to be the few, the proud to protect. Oh, that is the red, white, and blue. You know what I'm saying? I think you do.
Man, I always looked at those commercials that they do for the military, and I just kind of like, who falls for this?
Navy, accelerate your
Well,
life.
I mean, if you are part of the armed services, whatever branch it is, whether Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, we salute you all and thank you for your services, especially during these very uncertain times that we are in. I pray that you are all safe and come home safely.
Yeah, I have
But,
friends and family who are in the U.S. military.
I
I myself was in the high school ROTC, which is not the same thing. But
is that actually a thing that? Well, I mean, obviously for the Marines, possibly that asthma plays a very crucial in you getting checked in. Like,
asthma is one of several disorders and diseases that prevent you from being able to perform active duty. Others include scoliosis and flat feet, both of which I have.
I believe you, but I'm going to ask a few military people myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like asthma.
Yeah, I think it also depends on how serious the asthma is because honestly, I think that like if you were behind the computer, like a military technician, like having asthma probably would not be an issue.
Like,
but
if you're up in the front lines, that's
yeah,
because
like you have to do a lot of running, and even like your gear. It's like over 100 pounds that you're wearing on your backpack.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing with like again American versus Japanese in terms of both Guy and Raya, very interesting how they played these two characters out as compared to their original counterparts being a narcissist and another like pre-psychopath.
Yeah.
But either or, interesting ways that the Americans have done it.
Yes.
Anyway, what do the people have to say?
All right, let's see what our live chat wants to say to us. Axel says hi. Hi, Axel. How are you doing? Man, I really like Raya's design. It's not a bad design.
I mean, it's not a bad design. I do like the burgundy look. The shoulder pads, on the other hand, that's probably the one thing I would remove.
Yeah, I think the shoulder pads were a little too big.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Raya that I could possibly critique is the shoulder pads.
Yeah, everything else looks perfect. Perfect. Every last minute detail, perfect. So, how popular is Kamen Rider compared to Sentai? Really depends. I would say for the longest time it was less popular in the US just because everyone knows Sentai is the Japanese version of Power Rangers, but not everyone who knew about Sentai knew about Kamen Rider.
Jesus Christ, I do have it. I do have something here that could. Let me see. Going through the files. No. Yes. No.
But also, I think it's
very much so. Yeah, as Mike said, the Sentai has been obviously because its connection to the Power Rangers. That's why it was more like people were watching it, torrenting it, and viewing it more so. Kamen Rider on this point, especially during this time, it's 2002. Not a lot of like people knew about the Kamen Rider outside of Japan.
Yeah, it took people time to get invested into, like there were like waves, like there had to be waves, and I think like the first major wave for investment in Kamen Rider was not Saban's Master Rider, but rather Kamen Rider Dragon Knight because we have the name Kamen Rider here in the U.S. So 2009 was probably like like the biggest surge we've had for Kamen Riders since 1971. And then in the next wave, like it would be like basically around superhero Tyson, because by 2011, like people know, even people in America who don't watch Sentai know about Gokaiger. And like everyone would say that Gokaiger's my first season, or Gokaiger's the best season, and which means sooner or later they would have had to have watched Super Sentai versus Kamen Rider, and that could be their introduction to Kamen Rider. And then you have the 50th anniversary where like you got Tokusatsu first and foremost, like releasing stuff like 1971 Kuga and 01, like and of course because of COVID it's like you gotta look for stuff to watch, let's be honest. And there's like a lot of marketing for it, and like having Mill Creek and and Shout Factory make official US releases, Tubi TV doing releases. It's more accessible now. And Toei Tokusatsu World YouTube channel released the first 2 episodes of every season of Kamen Rider from Ichigo all the way through Revice. And then obviously you got Tojima Tanzaburo, and you have Tojima Tanzaburo, and finally the release of Zets internationally. So like so it took time, but we finally got there.
In terms of like its overall popularity within Japan, by my research, at this point in time, the Sentais were actually doing pretty good. 2000, obviously, you had Time Ranger, Hurricaneger, Gal Ranger, Hurricaneger, Abba Ranger, and all that. The Kamen Rider series did not come back until 2000, after a little bit after or during Time Ranger's time. And if you look at toy sales and the ratings that they had, the Sentais at this point in early 2000s were actually doing way more better than the Kamen Rider series. Even surprising Ryuki that it was actually a very popular series and would be later on. As I said earlier, it at the time it was not. In fact, it was Ryuki by viewing and by toy sales was actually the lowest Kamen Rider series to that point. No joke. Like, look it up. Like, you wait, such a popular series like Ryuki was the lowest rate. Yeah, it was. It wasn't until Double is when it all changed. Like, if you look at the viewership and the toy sales on Double, or that's where you're like, holy, hold on a minute, what happened? The Kamen Rider just came out of nowhere. Ryuki itself was a popular show among young children. And, but not so much with the older crowds, as I stated earlier. Although there was also a which a lot of people have said, which this happened with, I think it was Agito?
Yeah.
That the Otaka effect was not used properly or was oversaturated. The Otaka effect, if you don't know, was the fact of using a young, attractive people for the show to entice older people to watch. Which that was named after the original, I think it was either Kuga or Agito's actor Joe Otaka.
Yeah. Odagiri.
Yeah, or Odagiri.
Odagiri.
The thing is that Ryuki, I guess, didn't hit that mark. It sort of did, but it didn't. So the popularity of Ryuki at the time was not that good. In fact, it was the lowest rating on all aspects compared to like Fies and Blade and everything else.
Yeah.
So the popularity of it, it's, as we said, it's popular today. It is a staple of early Heisei to watch Ryuki. But yeah, in its earlier days, wasn't that popular.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right. So, what's your first introduction to Kamen Rider? I mean, depends on how you define being introduced to Kamen Rider, because for a lot of people, they can say Saban's Masked Rider. For a lot of people, I'll even say for them it was what's it called, Dragon Knight. But like if we're talking about like the Japanese Kamen Rider, what's the first season you've ever watched? Due to very dark circumstances I'm not going to go into, fate has led me to Kabuto, and Kabuto it is.
It was almost because I was on that Gokaiger train. Yeah. So
see, that's my point right there.
The Gokaiger train pretty much opened the door for many people to watch Tokusatsu. And because it was airing like weekly, you would have so much time to be like, okay, I want to watch more. What is it? And obviously, O's at that time was already like at the 30
halfway point, yeah.
Yeah, so you had a lot of
Suupa Hirotai Imu.
And then from there, I was like, well, what other Sentai is there to watch? And I was like, well, again, Samurai was airing at the time. So I was like, why don't I watch the Japanese version of Samurai, which was Shinkenger? So, obviously the first one was O's and Shinkenger officially, but unofficially, it would have to be the Masked Rider from Saban era, which it has its place in Toko history. We may discuss it quickly in a Toko miscellaneous or whatever of its impact, but that is where I was aware of the Kamen Rider. So,
yeah. So, which Kamen Rider hero do you think would be terrifying if they were a villain? I mean, Kabuto is right there. I mean, like, he can stop time. He took a meteor that had the ability to wipe out all Earth's oceans and then teleport it 7 years back in time and push it into the opposite direction.
I mean, it all depends on what rider you're trying to say, because the Kamen Rider is actually a very frightening thing depending on the story.
Yeah, heck, even in a series such as lame as Godchart, like you got Kamen Rider Dorado, who literally turns an entire city into a frozen gold statue. Now imagine if he had the time to do it to every city.
I mean, yeah, it's like, this might be a kid's show, but if you take the applications of what these characters do in real life, it's actually quite terrifying.
Yeah. Or heck, like, you don't even have to stop at a Kamen Rider. Like, even just certain characters, period, would be a menace. Like, Evolt, we've seen, like, wipe out an entire planet instantly.
It's like some of them had reasons, others did not. There's been, and the ones that you think are the most dangerous, I'm like, no, they're really, compared to like this one character from like this one episode, it's like, no, if this person, if this monster was actually like conceived as an actual threat, which, look at it, it is. And if it had the balls to actually go off on its own and do its own thing, it's like, yeah, that would have been more destructive than what the main bad guy was thinking about doing. We've had kaijus and monsters based off of plants and fungi that are like, this is a walking plague right here. How is this? How? Like, yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Compared to the bad guy, Golgum or Shockbar, this thing is possibly the most deadliest thing that they've ever created, but they just converted it to a bodyguard.
Yep. All right. Do you think they'll ever do another? I'm not even going to finish the question. The answer is no. Not because we don't want it, but because, one, it didn't do so well the first 2 times it happened. And mind you, in the latter case, to no fault of its own. And also, like, the other reason is that why would they even need to make an American version? Because they're trying to bring the Japanese version here. They have been doing it.
America doesn't have the time or the money to do what they did in the 90s.
Or in 2008.
It's more in the simplified version of just bringing the Japanese show here and like airing it. Now everyone is watching subtitles. So.
Yeah, see, part of the reason why Power Rangers worked is because Stan Lee did try to bring Sun Vulcan to America. It was going to be dubbed, but literally he was told no one wants to see a bunch of Japanese people lip sync into English. Saban's solution was, what if they weren't Japanese people? What if we just had American actors for the non-costume footage, and then Japanese footage for the costume footage, and then dub it over in English? And it worked well back then, but like now, because like it was new and unique. But now that people are more accepting to like anime being dubbed, heck, anime being subbed. In fact, a lot of Americans are being very snoozy, like subbed over dubs. Like it's like they insist on watching in Japanese with subtitles. I'll take it even further. Like if you were all that about it, watch it in Japanese raw.
I mean, I'm Japanese that you couldn't bring the Kamen Rider to America. Yeah. You could.
Yeah.
But again, it's a matter of who was asking for this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Given the fact that subbing is more socially acceptable nowadays in America, it's just easier to just bring over the subs.
Here's the thing, though, especially within that argument. There is no argument when there's only just one.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching a Kamen Rider series, it's like, yeah, there's Dragon Knight and there is Masked Rider, and those obviously are their own things, obviously. But it's like when there is like only the sub for Kamen Rider, it's like, what is the argument?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one way in watching it. So what's your argument about like, oh, an American like doesn't exist? Well, it shouldn't exist. What if it did? I mean, Dragon Knight was very well received. Even won awards.
Yeah.
So
poorly marketed, but won awards.
But I'm like, if they decided to bring a Kamen Rider to the States again and do that all over again, I'm like, yeah, I'd sit down and watch it.
Yeah. We will sit down and watch it. I don't know about everyone else in the world, but we will sit down and watch it.
I mean, it's like, no, we know of Gotchard, we know 01, we know of Kiva and all them. It's like, oh yeah, they just Americanized this Kamen Rider show. Cool. Let's sit down and watch and see what's it about.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe under the Kamen Rider Chronicle banner. No, not Chronicle. Under Kamen Rider Premium, maybe that's exactly what they're gonna do. Like they're gonna give it like a third try, but this time give it the One Piece treatment where it's like, no, we're gonna have someone from actual Toei actually come to America and make sure you get it right this time, and we'll make sure Toei gives you the necessary marketing.
It just depends on which Kamen Rider you want to subject to that first.
Yeah. Yeah, because because that first season that you pick can make or break the entire project.
Yeah. So choose
Yeah.
wisely when
What's really disappointing about Dragon Knight, or rather the shortcomings of Dragon Knight, is Dragon Knight would have been the perfect season to start an American season with, because since you do have 13 writers, that means you could make and sell more toys, which is what TV companies want.
And that's the thing with most other writers, other than Gaim, which was years later. Every Kamen Rider has only been subjected to possibly 2 and a bunch of side characters.
Yeah.
Which, depending on the side characters, really the only thing I would see is Deno with all the images. But other than that, it's like not much to go with, unless you go to the gimmick riders, which they start changing the forms, which America really loves that, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
I mean, with the Labubu's and whatnot, it's like you never know.
But
All right.
again, that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ring the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos, and be sure to share videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. We discuss all things Tokusatsu, Kamen Rider, Ryuki, Kamen Rider sets, Ultraman Cosmos, and Super Space Sheriff Gaban Infinity. Really great stuff for you guys. And of course, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss all things movies, TV shows, video games, vlogs, interviews. And if you want to check us out in person, we will be there at the following convention dates. We will be at Robo Toy Fest on May 31st, the Burbank Marriott Convention Center. Just so you guys understand, because it is Sunday, that means this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks from now. 5 weeks from today, Robo Toy Fest. We hope you guys
may not be on live that Sunday.
Yeah. And then on August 28th through the 30th, Power Morphicon at the Pasadena Convention Center. We hope to see you guys then there. We love you. Have a great week and see you again real soon. Happy last week of April. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.